Hello everyone, welcome to the CNA full course. And today's topic is about deriving DDD event. So from this topic, you're going to think about how to design your application based on domain-driven design. Actually, people might think DDD is kind of a tough methodology for them to take. So there is a very useful methodology to implement a service based on DDD, which is called event storming. So let's check out what event storming is about first. Event storming is a workshop-based method to quickly find out what is happening in the domain of a software program. Compared to other methods, it is extremely lightweight and intentionally requires no support by a computer. The result is expressed in sticky notes on a white wall. The business process is stormed out as a series of domain events, which are denoted as orange stickies. It was invented by Alberto Brandolini in the context of domain-driven design. Event storming can be used as a means for business process modeling and requirements engineering. The basic idea is to bring together software developers and domain experts and learn from each other. To make this learning process easier, event storming is meant to be fun. The name was chosen to show that the focus should be on the domain events, and the method were similar to brainstorming or agile model storming. Let's think about how to perform an event storming workshop. The very first step is to prepare the whiteboard wall needed for event storming and the stickers of orange, lilac, sky blue, yellow, green, purple, and pink necessary for the workshop. The second step is to review user scenarios or business requirements with domain experts, planners, and development experts. And then randomly deduce possible events. Define the contents of each sticker centered on the events in the order of policy, command, and aggregate, and attach them to the wall in the order of occurrence time. And set up a bounded context and define the relation of information references between bounded contexts through context mapping between subdomains. And let's think about types of sticky notes. As you can see there are seven sticky notes which has different colors. So the orange color sticky notes is about event. So in this case, you can derive or you can present an event of a domain with this orange sticky note. And then you can see light orange color note, right? It means a user. So user means a person who executes a command through a view. And then the lilac color sticky note presents business process. So it is a process, a command according to the business rules and logic. And then blue sticky note means a command. So usually the command will be executed by a user through a view on an aggregate. And then aggregate is a kind of, how can I say that, uh, group of data. Okay, so you can think it's like a cluster of domain objects that can be treated as a single unit. And then you can see green color sticky note. It represents a view. that users interact with to carry out a task in the system. And then you can see a pink sticky note, which means external system. So this sticky note is used to represent a third-party service provider, such as payment gateway or shipping company. And then there is event storming workshop procedure. The very first step of event storming workshop procedure is to derive events. So with this step, we derive business events that occur in our services. Instead of trying to define the namespace of terms, use the terms used in the field as it is, which is also called ubiquitous language, to describe the event on an orange sticker and sticker it on the wall. And business events are written in the past tense, and the result of a state change within the domain is an event. And then step 2 is to derive policies. So it is about policy derivation. So a policy is a reactive action that occurs one after another after an event has occurred. It is an action of another service that should be performed for one service event and is pasted below the previously defined event. A policy to be performed in response to an event may have multiple actions derived from multiple themes. And the differences between command, there is a command. So let's check out the command first. So the step 3 is about deriving commands. Command is an action that generates an event and refers to a service that causes any state change in the domain. This is a user decision who clicks a button within a web page. The derived command is pasted on the front of the event sticker and arranged to be narration through the sticker. And then step 4 is about deriving actors. Actor refers to the entity, like person, system, etc., that generates the command. An actor can be representative or a system, and in the case of an actor, they can be identified intuitively. It is not necessary to display it. The derived actor is placed on the left side of the command sticker to enable narration close to the user story. And then step number 5 is about deriving aggregates. Aggregate means combination, which is tied to one AC transaction centered on a certain domain object, derives a bundle of objects to be changed, and binds them together with commands and events. Step number 6 is about deriving bounded contexts. Bounded context refers to the scope of objects that can effectively use business terms in the same context. A bounded context may consist of one or more aggregated elements. If this bounded context is set as a microservice unit, communication within the team in charge of it is streamlined. Step number 7 is about context mapping. After the bounded context is derived, the operation of establishing the information reference relation between bounded contexts is called context mapping. It is possible to understand the reference topology of the entire domain service at a glance by looking only at the mapping information between contexts. And there is one more, how can I say, the additional things we need to check. The first one is about orchestration. So orchestration is a method of calling all policies in order management, which is the entity that issues the event. Actually, the picture is written in Korean, so I believe you guys don't understand what the meaning of the picture. But the left box is about order management, and then top right side a box means delivery management, and then bottom side means product management. So it exposes commands to every owner service of all policies attached to the events. Order created, order information changed, and order status changed that occurred in the order management service and synchronizes this command in the order service that creates the event is implemented in such a way that it is called. However, in this method, the coupling between services is high, and the service that calls the policy falls into a waiting state. Until the policy is completed, there is a high risk of system blocking. In addition, if the system with the policy being called falls into an unspoken fault, like system fault, there is a risk of vicious cycle in which the fault is propagated to the calling service. So let's think about choreography. Choreography is a method of autonomously executing policies in delivery or product management, which is the entity that implements policies for events that occur in the order management service. Policy owner services respond to events of interest and operate services autonomously, so there is no coupling between services in the orchestration method at all. And there is no new addition of services and deletion of existing services that received events can be performed very freely. Also, from the point of view of the order management service, the biggest advantage of this method is that it is completely free from system faults that have a policy that is called. It's the end of the introduction to event storming. So let's get into the topic about Derive DDD event. You can see the lab scenario on the left side. It says zero domain events included in the following user scenarios. A customer places an order. Delivery will be started after placing an order. A stock will be reduced after delivery completion. So when you remember the title of this topic, it is about deriving DDD event. And as you can see here, or based on this scenario, the thing we need to do is to derive three events, right? And then when you think about deriving events, the title or label for events should be in past tense form. And then you can see the different environment on the right side, which is also called workspace. With the previous topics, you can see embedded integrated development environment here, which looks like VS Code, right? But now you can see a different thing, which is called MSA Easy Modeler. So MSA Easy Modeler provides us an environment for us to easily design your service with sticky notes here. And then when you move your mouse on each sticky note, you can see the meaning of the sticky notes like this. The first one is about event, command, policy, aggregate, and so on. And for the purpose of this topic, I would like to derive 3 events. So I would like to click event sticker and drag onto the workspace like this. More exactly, MSA Easy Modeler. And then I would like to give it a name to be order placed. So I just give it a name based on the very first scenario here. And then it's time to derive a second event like this. And then I would like to give it a name to be delivery started. So the second event comes from the second scenario here. And then it's time for the third event. And the label of the third event should be delivery complete. So as you can see here, there is a mention like a stock will be reduced after delivery completion. So based on these user scenarios, I derive 3 events like this. So this is the end of this topic, and see you with the next topic. Thank you.